Hello everyone, my name is Anna Stroh. I am your instructor for this course. This course, Medical Terminology, is fully online, and I just wanted to go over everything you need to know and where to find things in Blackboard so that you can have a successful start for this class. The first thing I want you to notice is there is an Announcements tab. I will post any communication here that is important for you to know. So please make sure you're checking your email or have your Harper email linked to your personal email. You can do that in the Harper portal. I want to focus on the syllabus tab. Here you will find your syllabus. I'm not going to go through this, but I do ask that you please read through it. Also, the list of assignments. This is important, and I'm just going to take a moment to open it. Just because different things are due on different days. So this week we're beginning with orientation. So you're going to start in the orientation folder, which I will show you in a moment. You'll notice that you have SmartBook assignments along with homework and practice exercises. I'll go over that in more detail, but I do want you to know that your SmartBook exercises are due every Thursday and your homework exercises are due on Sundays. Okay, so make sure that you are keeping up to date. You don't want to get behind in this class. It's hard to catch up if you get behind. You do have discussion boards. Not all weeks have discussion boards, but most do. And depending on the type of discussion board, if it's just a discussion board where you have to post, those are due on Sunday. So you'll see here most are due on Sunday. There are a few discussion boards where you have to respond to a classmate. So because of that, if it is a two-parter where it's a post and a response to a classmate, your post will be due on Friday and then your response will be due on Sunday. So just pay attention, look ahead, make sure that you're keeping up to date and you read the directions of the discussion board so that you know when things are due. Every week for every chapter you do have a quiz and that's due on Sundays. So pretty much the SmartBook exercises are due on Thursdays. Pretty much everything else is due on Sunday unless it's a two-part discussion board. Okay, so that being said, I'd first like to show you, I'm going to go back into Blackboard now, your weekly course modules folder. Okay, so here week 1, we're not starting any material yet. It's an orientation module, so we're not starting any chapters. You'll see in each folder you'll have like a to-do list. This is really good to keep you on track. So if you're ever like, especially at the beginning trying to get used to what do I need to do, make sure that you're looking here. It tells you exactly what to do for the week. All right, getting started in Connect. Okay, so your textbook is included in the registration for this class. It is an ebook. It is called SmartBook. You should have gotten an email once you registered from this class about the book, and it asks you to opt in. Make sure that you do opt in. Make sure you do not opt out. If you opt out from that, you are saying you do not want the free ebook, and there's no way to un-opt out. You'd have to purchase access to the book again. Also, you may see here me referencing LearnSmart. I tried really hard to make sure I got that terminology out of here. They just changed the name of the ebook from LearnSmart to SmartBook. So SmartBook is what you will be working on. So make sure you read through this as it has a lot of information in here that I would like you to just review this week. Okay. The one of your assignments that's due is the student orientation to Connect. So you're going to click on this and it's going to take you to your ebook. Okay, so this is where you will begin your whole use of this electronic software. Okay, here you'll see what is the rubric for discussion boards, just so that you know what I'm looking for. Here are some orientation notes. I recommend that you review this. Also here I'm going to add a little more. You'll notice your discussion boards a lot of them are word dissections, and I'll show you that in a minute when we go into the discussion board. but basically it's having you do something similar to this. This is just getting really good at being able to dissect a word. Okay, because as you get better at medical terminology, you should be able to recognize prefixes, roots, and suffixes and be able to tell me what the word means. So this is kind of working up to that. So here's what you'll be doing in some of your discussion boards. You're going to pick a medical term. You're going to identify what the prefix is and what it means, what the root is and what it means, what the suffix is and what it means. Okay, so really drilling down to being able to dissect a word and figure out what it means. And then you're going to write down what is the definition of that word, what is the phonetic pronunciation, and then making a sentence using good medical context. So an example of this would be, let's say I chose the word prenatal. Okay, we're going to break that word down. The prefix is pre meaning before. The root is nat, and it means birth. And the suffix is all, and it means pertaining to. So what is the definition? Pertaining to before birth. Okay, so prenatal, pertaining to before birth. The phonetic pronunciation, this is like how would you say it if you didn't, how would you explain how to say it to someone who didn't know how to say it? It'd be prenatal. Okay, and then you're going to create a sentence. So here's an example. Rosalie was 16 weeks pregnant and was experiencing nausea and vomiting. So at her prenatal appointment with her physician, she received an antiemetic medication. Okay, so make sure you reference this, especially at the beginning as you're getting familiar with this, and make sure you're picking a word that has a prefix, root, and suffix, because some words may only have one or two parts, but not all three. But for this exercise, make sure you're selecting words that have all three. All right. So here's some discussion board guidelines, and a bunch of other different things that you can read through at your leisure. All right. So if we go back into weekly course modules, I just want to show you week 2 is when we first start the first chapter. Again, you'll see a to-do list. Okay, and again, if you see Learn Smart, this means Smart Book. Okay, this is your textbook exercises. The textbook is done by chapters and it's interactive. So it has you like read through things and then answer questions. And the reason it's called a Smart Book is it'll identify based on your incorrect answers. It'll remake another module for you to go through to learn that material again. So it identifies your deficiencies and works with you to learn it. Okay, so you may see here, you always see your to-do list, and then you may see some instructor notes. I definitely recommend reading this if you see anything here. And then every week you'll see whatever chapter it is in the homework folder. And I just want to go over this briefly. Okay, so here, if you see SB here, this is your Smart Book exercise. This is what's due on Thursdays. Luckily, all the due dates are listed here for you to make it a little easier. So for your first chapter, if it didn't prompt you to register in the orientation, when you click on this for the first time, this is where it'll have you, see I have the instructor view, so it's going to look a little different, but this is where it'll have you sign up for your free access, and then you can start working on these assignments. Okay, so you always want to start with the Smart Book because that's where you're going to learn that chapter's materials. That's due on Thursdays. And then these are all your other assignments, and you'll notice they all have the same due date. So you'll always have a Smart Book exercise and 5 assignments, including your quiz, that will be due on Sundays by end of day. Okay, so one thing I really want to highlight, if you see it says practice, that means you can do these assignments as many times as possible and your highest score will count, along with the Smart Book. So these first 3 exercises are considered, they're graded, but they're practice exercises. So you have unlimited attempts to get your highest score. I recommend you take as many attempts as you need to get the highest score so that you get the highest grade you can in this class. Because the last 3 assignments are considered, they're labeled homework, You only get one attempt on all of these assignments that say homework. So your case reports, your definitions, and your quiz, only one attempt. So you want to make sure that you're ready before you open these, you're ready to take them and you're prepared. And you've done these 3 things first to practice, okay? So the Smart Book, spelling, and It's Elementary, unlimited attempts. The case reports, definitions, and quiz, only one attempt. That's the only grade that counts. Okay, so make sure, like I said, work ahead. Try to make sure you don't fall behind. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I'm going through everything. Okay, so once again, this is the only thing due Thursdays. All the rest of your assignments are due on Sunday. Do I recommend you wait till Sunday to do all these assignments? Only if you really just want to have a not so fun Sunday. Okay, my recommendation is work ahead. Don't wait till the last minute to do any of your assignments. One other thing I want to let you know is all of these assignments are available to you. So you can work ahead. So let's say that you know that come middle of February, maybe you have another class starting or you have a busy work schedule or something's coming up. I recommend work ahead while you can. So I've had some students who are almost pretty much done with this class by like midterm. And that's totally fine with me. I don't care when you get this done as long as you get it done. I prefer you work ahead than fall behind. Okay, discussion board, I just want to touch on. That's right here, discussion board. The first thing I want you to know is there is a student forum and an Ask the Instructor forum. So if you want to ask questions to your fellow students, you can post in here. Like maybe you're like, hey, I don't know, my SmartBook's not working, or hey, were you able to get in okay? That's where you'd want to post here. Just know that I will be monitoring this forum. I won't be responding since it's your student forum. Just make sure that this is appropriate conversation. You have multiple options in getting a hold of me. You can use this Ask the Instructor forum, and then I will get an email letting me know someone posted in here, and you can expect a response from me within 24 hours on weekdays. And if you do it on the weekend, I will get back to you by Monday. Another thing I want you to be aware of, if you decide to use this forum, I recommend for both of these that you subscribe. So the way you do that is click on Student Forum and hit the subscribe button. That means anytime anyone posts in there, you will get an email that will notify you. Now, if you don't want to use the student forum, you don't have to do that. But if you're going to use this Ask the Instructor forum, please subscribe. So hit subscribe. That way, if you email me, I get a notification. So I know that someone is, waiting for an answer from me. But the reason I want you to subscribe, when I respond to you, you'll get an email so you know that I just answered your question and you can go in there and figure out what you need to do. All right, so your discussion boards are in here. Now remember, most discussion boards are due on Sunday. If it's a two-parter, then the first response is due Fridays, and then the second response is due on Sunday. Okay, so a lot of your discussion boards are just one-parters, but your week 1 discussion board, this is part of your orientation. This is just kind of introducing yourself and getting a conversation started with your classmates. See, now this one requires that you do reply to 2 classmates' posts by Sunday, which means your first post is due on Friday. Okay, so today's Tuesday, so get started on that. This discussion board is due, let me double check, the 24th. Okay, so you want to get started on this ASAP. A lot of the other discussion boards, like with word dissections, it's a one-parter, so you'll know because I'll clearly state if you have to respond to someone. So in this case, the second week discussion board is due on Sunday. Okay, so a lot of them are just one-parters, but just pay attention to that. All right. I think that's basically it. So like I said, you can contact me through the Ask the Instructor forum. If you'd prefer, and you don't really want to have it posted here, just email me. You can email me. Here's my email address, astro@harpercollege.edu. So Harper is pretty much all virtual this semester, so I do have an office on campus, but I'm really not allowed in there right now. So I do not have an office right now with office hours. So all of the office hours are online. So take a look in my faculty information and you will see everything you need to know. My email, you can leave me a message here. It will come to my email, but the best